What's up, Jason here. We're going to do a quick review of this cool new security system I got, the X2. Check this thing out. Kind of neat. So I'm going to show you how I install it. Kind of run outside, do a couple cool things. So let's check it out. Before we get to outside, just wanted to show you the quick start guide. Super straightforward. I mean, it says, okay, skip here if you're new. Go and download the app, create an account. So yeah, it's extremely straightforward and tells you how to mate the systems to the little core module. So I'm going to show you where I set my stuff up real quick. And you know, there's 3 cameras. You got to pop them open, throw some batteries in them. Very straightforward again. Just battery install, snap shut, no tools. And then a matter of just plugging in your modules. You have the optional screws if you want them, or you can just set them down with double sticky little tabs, Velcro or something like that. I'm going to show you what I did, and let's get to the core module real quick first. This little guy is the Blink command module. It talks to the devices and then shares that information across the internet. You see it's got a solid blue, solid green. That means we're actually connected already to the cameras. The app itself synchronizes with it. Then you have to tell it what your Wi-Fi password is as it gets to that point. It does a quick firmware update. You'll see the lights start doing some flashing. Once that blue one's solid, you're good to go. And then you just turn on the cameras. You're scanning a little QR code on the back of each camera, so it does all the work for you. And you get about 100 feet of range. I'm going to be placing, I put this here in our kitchen, which is kind of our middle area. I'm going to put it on the far back wall out by that street sign. It's where I'm going to mount one because we've had graffiti on the other side of that wall. And I'll show you the other one. So the cameras are really tiny. You can see right here, 1080p though. They once you put the batteries in, they say they're good for 2 years. Obviously that's based on how busy it is. Out here on this corner, I'm going to angle this one right here. I've got it glued to the wall and a little piece of tape holding it until that dries. But I'm basically going to angle it so it's looking down here. And the field of view is 110 degrees, so that's going to see everything from over there, and the whole street. So if this punk does any more tagging on anything, at least it's going to be on camera. And the storage, there's no charge for the fee. There's nothing, no charge for the fee. That's great. There's no charge at all. Let me rephrase that. And so it's like the Nest and all those, you know, they got $9.99 a month. I think this adhesive is going to work pretty well. I used some Flex Seal on it. That's the waterproof stuff. And that big shout out to them and my fellow NASCAR driver Garret Smithley, who is the one sponsored by them. And he went ahead and really did a good job for him while he raced with them for a few years. So they made a pretty good product. It seems to work, so I'm going to share it with everybody. Let's go look at the other cameras. So I mounted the other one up here on the side of my house. Just 2 little screws went right through the little cone base, and then they also have these little standoffs. And so I put that, you can see that little ring just sits right behind it there. And the screws go right through the hole. The thing just snaps on, and I got a pretty good positioning right now. So based on what you see there, and then again given the 110 degrees, so it should get that entire field of view. And so nobody's going to be messing with the windows along this way. And let's go check out the front yard. So I opted for the same setup here. Just did the 2 screws right through the wood. You'll notice the front of my house, it's not really flat with it. I put it to a 45-degree angle, so it's shooting out this way. By doing that, the camera actually picks up better, supposedly, according to the reviews. So if we're walking up this way, we're approaching the camera now from somewhat of an angle. If you were to be coming straight on, per se, out here over my rocks, it wouldn't pick up as well. So my goal was to give it the motion of pretty much my whole driveway. So it should be able to pick me up as far as out here. And if that's the case, right about here, and the side yard is getting covered as well, so now we've got all 3 sides of the house taken care of. aided by the motion sensor light right there. Even though these are night vision, it will immediately flip once that light comes on. And my neighbor over here has got a motion light right there. So this area should be pretty well lit if anybody's farting around out here. So let's see how it goes. Next thing will be some live video. So I made a modification to the back wall here and added solar panel. 20 bucks on Amazon. I'll throw the link in the little description down below. But you may want to look for optional ones. You'll notice back here the cable, it's kind of long and it inhibits my ability to make the camera go further downward. So I can't really pivot it anymore. It's still got a great view of the street. I mean, the view from the camera, I'll show you some of the photos here in a moment on the actual iPad that I use. It can go on my phone as well, Android and all that, but just easiest with the iPad, big screen. But I anchored it up with some real good Flex Seal glue, that waterproof stuff. And see, I put an excessive amount back there as well. But that does have wall anchors through it into the wall, nice and tight. Same thing for here. I tagged it on both sides. And the camera truly just pops right off. So it's very simple mounting. So it's not going to get lost. It's nice and snug. Nothing's going to get goofed. But it works great. And I've set the scheduling to be around sunset to sunrise, maybe an hour after sunrise, something like that. I don't recall specifically, but we'll go through all the scheduling and all that and how you can manage the schedule momentarily. Looking pretty good, but that was 20 bucks. Yeah, or about $20, worth every penny. And again, if you can find one that's an L instead, you're in business. All right, so we're looking at the app here. I've got 3 cameras, so it's given us 3 different views. One on the side of my house. Any given time, you can just press this little button and it will synchronize. And now we're looking at live. It gives you the option to talk. Hey, what's up? Ironically, that's right out my window. I heard it just now. And so it's streaming live. Then you can also, let's see, we'll close that real quick. And like I took a picture of what the side of the yard looks like. You can do that any given time. If you wanted to update it at all. And let's see, go to the back one here. So we're streaming live now, and it would be picking up that truck across the street. So it would be picking that thing up. I've set it again for the evening, so it's only getting the action we really care about. Not many people are tagging during the day or breaking in this area, that at least we've seen. This area is, as you can see, the paint down there. They painted the ground as well and the wall, but in the evenings we've done some tests and you can see pretty clearly. So we're going to catch those taggers. And then the front of the house, I've got this one set up. It's got a pretty good wide view as well. I mean, you can see part of my neighbor's yard over there. Anybody coming in that way, and there's cactus on that side too, so nobody's going to get too far if they're sneaking along. And then I'm going to be adding a 4th one to my front door. Now, we talked about scheduling. Scheduling is really easy. Each section, this one's titled back, you'll see here. And way over here, let me readjust the sliding a little bit. There we go. Each one has a little section of bars. Kind of looks like a graphic equalizer. So we just tap that. And this pulls up our entire menu. Here you can name it. And just run through the basic settings. Over here it has duration, how long somebody has to linger in the area, loiter to set it off, the sensitivity. I've got it set at 6 back in the backyard where it's pretty sensitive in the first place. Clip length, I put it to, what, 35 seconds there. And it has the night vision down here, and you can have it on night vision all the time or just automatic. Sorry, I don't know why it's not focusing very well there. And then the audio, you can enable or disable the microphones. And of course your quality. Now, interesting note, it does give you your battery. Notice it says OK. I was burning through the batteries in 24 hours on the back one because it was getting all the cars. I went out of the solar panel. Now it says OK. So we'll go to my front door and check this one out. Battery says OK. Same battery since the very day one, like 2 weeks ago when I first started this chaos. So it's definitely the high volume that's going to be killing it. I put rechargeables. You can get those Energizer 4-packs, which would be great. And the other option being those Amazon rechargeables. Those work pretty well for these kind of purposes. So then, what else was there? Oh, and you can add a whole bunch of other modules to it. And you can add this to your Amazon Alexa and make her turn on, and or as they call it, arm or disarm the system. As you see, again, it's off right now. I just click touch if I wanted to do it real quick. You know, if there's some not great looking people in the neighborhood or something. Bink. Some hoodlums. There you go, armed. But no need to waste the batteries right now because I'm home chilling. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the basic video about these new systems. And it's going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun. Hoping we catch a culprit or two doing that dang tagging, and we'll get that long gone. But who's got the time to be a vulture, you know? We have to be a victim and then bust them in the, hopefully the next following day. All right, good luck to y'all. Keep your home and your families safe.